All right, so today we're going to be checking out more of, well, basically it's a welcome back. This is part 2 of The Impossible Kid. Now, I'm going to try to do the whole album. I'm going to try to keep my reviews on the back end a little bit short to try to keep this digestible because it's a 15-track album. So I'll try to break this down. And we've already done a little bit of breakdowns on his rhyme patterns and the things that he likes to do technically. But comprehensively, we are trying to understand how this man writes, because sometimes it takes a while for you to be able to understand what this dude means. And a lot of his descriptive language with his words, he's not using a lot of eyes and like personal things. He's describing, you know what I'm saying? He's describing a lot of stuff. So a lot of the literary devices that he's using, I'm not very used to. So this is new for me, but he's an incredible writer already. So today we're going to be checking out Rabies and then going forward from there. So let's go ahead and check it out.
Hey, warm cider, barn full of spiders, orange moon, starry night, particle exciters, in a pageant rivaled only by the origin of fire. Now add an organism from alternative environs, a dozen pair of cartoon eyes in the thicket to see a neophyte get sliced in a ribbon. I'm here to pick lice up each other and assimilate. Duck a suit, troubleshoot as moody user interface.
That's a fire bar.
Sucker-proof, who to fully disengage. Florida's only vanishing point away from the picture plane.
That's fire. If you know art, you know that.
People catch rabies on the way to their mailbox under a sideways.
I think that means he out in the country, honestly. I think that means he out in the country. Warm cider, barn full of spiders, orange moon, starry night, particle exciters. I think he's describing where he is right
now. Cornering the briar, still pull a broadsword from a hoarded synthesizer. Nap in a hole in a tree. Cat leaving bowls at my feet. Talking Master P, memory foam, everything. Jettison the rest and roulette us a new trajectory. Spinal tap 11, tapping resin out the evergreen. Designated dark horse, headless independently. Sidewalks end with palms and frog eggs. Buried bones and its very own blurry Sasquatch vids. Led like field ants to a hot lens. 8 o'clock kittens versus cobwebs. Maps won't work here.
Maps won't work here. Off grid, yeah.
Ice over bittersweet nightshade. Antlers rise from his migraine. Shredder die. Life strange. How do you identify? Knew a Damato and all our package with a Vespertine.
Where is he finding these words?
Painted Gemini that set him free. Eat his own body weight in genocide. Came back a decorated dog of war once more, though he currently stuck in the dog door. Additionally, dog isn't even his final form, just the period between Greenhorn and Hyperion. Peer into the eye of a primal.
I swear I think Hyperion is the name of a star system.
Experience, Portamento warriors in unforgiving wilderness, borderline ethereal, Noah's Ark Rome tone, add a little up high, down low, too slow. Found acquaintances a pain to babysit, so we gave away his shit and gave him all the slip. Now pets hit the ceiling when the wind blows, fish float belly up, songbirds crash in the windows, swizzle apple cider vinegar and dish soap, suicide flies take dips in the kill zone. Still shuffle through a stack of old photos taken before the varicose verified chronos. I don't know, it feels weird. I'd rather feed an apple to a deer.
The second verse is strange to me.
I might have heard something in the walls. Could have been voices, could have been claws. Could have been a rebel yelling something more evolved. Pounding on the front door and standing on the lawn like, what up? Shit.
I gotta tell you, it's a lot to sit here and listen to a track and try to decode it while it's rapping. And like in the first verse, like he's definitely describing like where he is. You know what I'm saying? Now he said, now add an organism from alternate environs. Like I think he's talking about himself. He doesn't use a lot of me, I am, this is what I'm doing type of language. He uses his vocabulary, and I forgot what literary device that he's using, but he's using a lot of he's describing where he is using a lot of different language, like, and it feels very poetic, but it's so lyrical. Um, a dozen pair of cartoons, eyes in a thicket. You know what I'm saying? Like, remember those Tom and Jerry cartoons where something be hiding and then like they just showing the eyes? Like, that's why I gotta kind of get a picture of that. Saying in his country scene, add a city boy who doesn't know how to survive in a limited environment while adjusting, he can see glowing eyes of animals. Yeah, I told you. Um, he said, I'm here to pick lights off each other and assimilate. He's like saying, like, hey, I come in peace. Duck in the suit, troubleshoot his moody user interface. Like, I like the contrast of like computer language here. Duck a suit, formerly a suit of a business or organization troubleshooting. You know what I'm saying? True and sucker proof groove to fully disengage it. You know what I'm saying? Float away his vanishing point from the picture plane. Like this is the type of way I want to write sometimes. But I like to write make my rhymes more personable when I rap. So you get it on the first try. You know what I'm saying? Um, go to the radio trails off, right? Go to where the radio trails off. And people catch rabies on the way to their mailbox. Fire. Fire. Um, definitely a 5-syllable multi right there. Mapstone won't work here. That's the hook. Well, the reframe, kind of like a breakdown. Excuse me. Hey, well, I just woke up. Ice over bittersweet nightshade. Nightshade is a common name for a plant belladonna, which contains one of the most toxic compounds in humans, but is also useful medicinally. Ice over bittersweet nightshade. Antlers rise from his migraine. That's deep. Said Ace doesn't understand why during winter, though, when plants ice over, deer shreds the antlers only go through the pain of regrowing them again. Said the concept of shedding periodically in order not to die seems counterproductive yet inevitable. But it could also be a reference to growing antlers from his head himself. Antler men were a prominent symbol of power in nature in several pagan religions. Um, by retreating into nature, Ace is gaining power, although it may be unstable and dangerous. Shred or die, life strange. You know what I'm saying? Shred or die. How do you identify nude with the matural or peckish with the vespertine? What is that? But what is vespertine? Like, these are the things that I talk about. Like, you got to know what words mean when you're talking about ASAP. Um, Me, I'm pretty useless to the roof, painted Gemini and set him free. You know what I'm saying? Ace doesn't accomplish much to midday. In the line to the roof is painted Gemini. The roof is in the sky, and Gemini refers to the midpoint between dawn and dusk. Yeah, so a little bit of astrological language there. Eat his own body weight in genocide. You know what I'm saying? Came back a decorated dog of war who wants more, though he's currently stuck in the dog door. Additionally, dog ain't even in his final form, just a period between Greenhorn and Hyperion. Okay, so he's like a new, like, but that's funny though, because that could also be playing back to the Gemini. Um, let's see, peer into the eye, primordial experience, portamento warriors, and unforgettable. Portamento is a musical term that means sliding from one note to another. He's a warrior when it comes to music, but out in the woods, his skills are useless. That makes sense. Peering to the eye of primordial experience. He's describing what it's like living in a barn in the middle of nowhere, being in the city most of his. This is the way more primal experience. Add a little up high, down low, too slow. Yeah, I was thinking about that thing we used to do as kids, like up high, down low, too slow. All right, borderline ethereal, Noah's Ark room tone. Noah's Ark probably like surrounded by wood, yeah, being in the barn. Found an acquaintance in pain to and found acquaintances of pain to babysit. So he gave away and gave him all the slip. Wow, yeah. He's fed up with his people. Now pets hit the ceiling when the wind blows. Fish float belly up. Songbirds crash into windows. Oh. So birds in the city, animal behavior in the city is different than in rural areas. So birds in rural areas are not used to having windows. So they're liable to crash into windows more. Birds in the city are more adaptive to that. That's crazy. He's able to tell the differences between that. Swizzle apple cider vinegar and dish soap. Suicide flies take dips in the kill zone. He's kind of killing flies with that, right? Still shuffle through a stack of old photos, taken through the varicose verified chronos. Varicose veins are a sign of old age. And chronos is the personification of time in pre-Socratic philosophy. Ace is saying the body is proving that he's old. So basically this is a song describing about his environment where he is. But why did he call it Rabies? Yeah, I wonder why the song title is Rabies. But yeah, I like this. This is pretty cool, man. So let's go on to the next one. All right, let's go on to the next one.
Die already, none defied a one-man walled city. Stone made flesh veins etched in his hands. 88 stands straight, then invasive plants and rain dance unsafely. Brace for the supercell, mutineer footage for your blooper reel. Who could tell? Pours hot tar from the top of the barn. Necktie on his head, condor on his arm. Dog star in a jar, bordering unsustainable. Mea culpa, maybe I should pray a cult. Systematic Catholic or sigil in a Baphomet unraveling. Either way, his ID show a snake and skull. Always been a private dude who couldn't keep a tally of which lies he told. Who? Dye his hair, shade, change names in his lazy drawl. Soon enough I will estrange you all like it ghost. On Dasher, half-dead carolers, deck a whole advent calendar. Brother on speakerphone, lurking at the Burgerville. Bathrobe, hammer toes, murdering the curb appeal. What I'm even turning or forsaken with the craven and carnivorous vegetation that take 'em for a steakums. I don't know, I gotta think about it. Truthfully, I don't know which makes me a bigger coward. Either stomach or the hubris. Cash in his 2 cents, loose lips locked up over a chewed Eucharist. Or maybe reappropriate the energy. Hold up, passing a poultry to Hecate. Bullheaded burnout, fled his own pedigree and never better. Never would have met your heaven anyway. Mary, go make soup out of bones. Just melt when the room go cold, I'm a ghost. Fleek home, exorcism and deworming. Fitted for a curse and a crown of birds circling. Search party falling forward, unthwarted. Meet him at the crossroads, drawn and quartered. For a master of puppets outside of his cupboards. Non-dairy creamers, can a last supper. And I runneth over cup full of black tap water. It's a marvel of privacy over back hunter. Raspberry jelly on his Jesus toast. And turn heather gray sweats in a Easter clothes. With no immediately measurable crime wave. Ice age, Christ's children still skin a cat sideways. I don't pick teams or administer bans. I'm in the creek with a pick and a pan and go forcibly ejected or a voluntary death scene. Tell them what the out of order blinking EMF mean.
Bro, I just haven't heard beats like this in so long, bro. Like, I remember hearing a lot of these type of beats back in the late 90s and early 2000s. You don't hear these beats a lot no more. And they're so abstract, but it's so much artistic creativity that goes into these beats. And for some people, like people who don't like rap, they would say this sounds like noise. Shoot, but we got to talk about heavy metal at that point. But then I'm just thinking about it. Like I feel nostalgic. Like I feel like I've time jumped a little bit when I listen to this because this sounds so old school, bro. It's like he's bringing the old school into this era. You know what I mean? So reviewing the verses, die already none, defied by one man wall city, stone made flesh, veins etched in his hands. So this is the genius annotation, but I feel like this is more of an opinion because he's using words like probably. Aesop's anxieties, thinking people want him dead or gone. The one man wall city is a metaphor for Aesop's introverted lifestyle. And not letting people in, emotional, and he has to let know of his issues that are kind of stuck there, right? Stone made flesh, veins etched in his hands, right? 88 draped in invasive plants. Being out in the cabin of woods has an hold on him as weeds and other invasive plants are grabbing at his legs and keeping him there. This line is further emulated in verse 2. Say, would I be returning or forsaking the craving of carnivorous vegetation that take them for a steakums? Weeds are also invasive plants, so he could be using a homophone for weed and drug as well. Meaning his plants are covered in marijuana from rolling a joint or a pack of bowls. I don't know about that one, but yeah, let's keep 88 stands draped in invasive plant. 88 stands. What is an 88 stand? Is that the type of rapper? Like, when you rolling up, 88 stands draped in invasive plants? And rain dance unsafely, brace for the supercell, mutiny or footage for your blooper reel. Who can tell, right? Aesop Rock seems to he seems to convey the idea that he is not only creating chaos on a large level with the metaphor unsafe rave dance that instigates a supercell thunderstorm containing mesocyclone. Given the themes within the song, it is likely Ace refers to foregoing religion in the face of his Christian home or field testing he mentions in Blood Sandwich. In the next line, Ace ponders the significance of foregoing religion. In retrospect, will this be seen as mutiny or something as trivial as a blooper? Alternatively, the idea of a blooper could also be a metaphor for this choice being a part of some phrase. Is this like some mistake in the journey of accepting religion? Okay. Holds hot tar from the top of a barn. Let me see. Necktie on his head, condo on his arm. Dog star in a jar, borderline and unstable. Siri is known as the dog star, is the brightest star visible in the night sky. By saying he's like a dog star in a jar, he might be burned out quickly in his current state. Mako. He's saying my fault. Maybe I should pray a cult. That's crazy because my fault, pray a cult almost rhymes. Either way, his ID shows Snake and Skull. Always been a private dude who couldn't keep a tally on which lies he told. Dye his hair, shave his. Say Ace introverted nature is well documented, and he opens up about it, as well as he mistreats others on the song Go For Nuts. Here he sarcastically talks about this as if alienation is his ultimate mission. To get ghosts means to vanish. That's pretty cool, first verse. Old Dasher, half-neck carolers on the deck call, wreck a whole advent calendar. Brother on the speakerphone lurking at the Burgerville. Bathrobe, hammer toes, murder on a curb appeal. Crazy. I don't know. I got to think about it. Truthfully, I don't know which makes me a bigger coward. Either stomach auto hubris, cashing all his 2 cents, loose lips locked up over our true Eucharist, or maybe reappropriate the energy, hold up past the poetry on the Hecate. I think Hecate is a god. Hecate is a Greek goddess that has many connections with witchcraft and sorcery. Bullhead burned out on fire on his own pedigree and never met your own heaven anyway. That's crazy. Flea cone, exorcism, and deworming. Fitted for a curse in the crown of birds circling. Dude, this just means so much stuff, bro. It just means so much stuff, and we only done 2 songs so far. Like when I think about this track, like he seems like he put himself in an extreme situation and he's self-reflecting. Because a lot of these songs are about him and his situation and what he's doing. But yeah, let's go on to Blood Sandwich. I like this beat. Feels very 2001-ish.
Yup, steps up to the plate. Little brother, little league. 87, he was 8. Rookie season for the skinny slugger, newly at a T-ball. Pit against the pitcher with a ripper you could eat off. Church then a grip loans run a third verse. Granny yelling go Cubs, nose in a word search. See nilfs like apes on a monolithic bleacher in an advocating war and peace in lieu of sport and leisure. Hi, Peggy. I was 10 chewing on a sweet tart. Little brother left field, Queen's guard. Mean arm, knees bent, 2 out, 2 on bags. When I caught him staring down at something moving through the grass. Hold up, tag runner and a whole cast rotate. Not before he could identify the culprit. Granny yelling go Cubs, Graham yelling go Fur. New left fielder, give a fuck about a homer. Got a homie, little rodent head and shoulders at a supple. No baseball in the bubble. Ruh-roh, parents thought it adorable. The players followed suit and crawling to a close. Head coach not amused, coach seeing red. Coach on the diamond, dragging 27 inches of aluminum behind him. When he transfers third, the families turn nervous. The following is a transcript, the man bursts vermin. Here we go. Man stands out by a hole. Pest pops up to patrol. Man plays live whack-a-mole in a scene that would try every childless adult. Whoa, poor boy with a ball mitt thrown over the fence. Coach hit the bench. Both teams lose. Good game, good game. Granny yelling go Cubs. Cubs ain't playing. My little brother is a funny dude. A lot of funny shit happened to him. My other brother pretty funny too. Ain't seen him in a minute though. Just in case of rough waters, I wanna put one up for my brothers. Just in case of rough waters, I wanna put one up for my brothers. Yep, not a part of the machine. Big brother, big idea, 9016. Noi button tee, plaid flannelated adolescent art kid. Tony Hawk hair, skinny puppy denim, and a record player vomiting alien sex fiend peel sessions in a Christian home for field testing. It's real youth in a palm of your hand when your mom thinks Satan is involved in a band.
Yeah.
We were buried in the village voice, checking it was playing where. Pulled his head up out the paper, pushing out a single tear. 5 words like a beacon of light in the mist. Ministry live at the Ritz. It was Christ is risen a Chris. 3 loaves, 2 fish. Miracle of mechanized loops on 2-inch. Coming to a theater, he would be there in the flesh. Moms didn't say no, but she didn't say yes.
Right.
Cop tickets, side of plot thickens. Countdown to ultimate concert experience. Mom still worrying. Why are they called ministry? Are they a cult? Maybe she would probably investigate. Bought a mag with an Al Jurgensen interview. Read a couple sentences. Glanced at a pic or 2 or 3. That's all. No fair trial. Simply, you will not be going to the show and that's final. What occurred next with the top of the lungs of a son who unjustly had lost what he loved? In a moment that would transcend anger, the high art said, this is something I am willing to die for. Can you even imagine a death in a band from industrial fandom? Anyway, nobody count no concert and Chris kicked rocks in his mismatched Converse. My older brother is a funny dude. A lot of funny shit happened to him. We hadn't spoken in a couple months. I called him last night. How you doing?
I like that bridge.
Just in case of rough waters, I wanna put one up for my brothers. Just in case of rough waters, I wanna put one up for my brothers.
I ain't gonna hold you. Like, this one was pretty straightforward. He just dedicated this one to his brother. But I think in the first verse, he was talking about a little bit of his younger brother. Then he was talking about his younger version in the first verse. And then he went on to talk about his older brother in the second verse. So he just pretty much made this for his brothers. But I just love the way he kind of described the baseball. Rookie season for the skinny slugger newly out of T-ball. Hit against the pitcher with a ripper you could eat off. Church then a grip of loons run to the third first. Granny yelling, go Cubs, nose in a word search. Now, what does nose in a word search mean? She said, go Cubs. Like, yeah, she don't know what's going on. Seen milfs like apes on a monolithic creature into advocating war, peace, and lose sport and leisure. Yeah. The high pay guy was 10 chewing on a sweet tart. Oh, he's so he got born in 76. He got 7 years on me. Okay. I mean, Aesop, he turning 50. Little brother left field, Queen's guard, mean arm, knees bent, 2 out, 2 on the bags. He kind of describing like the play. When I caught him staring down at something moving in the grass, hold up, tag runner with a whole cast rotate. Not before he could identify the culprit. Granny yelling, go Cubs. Graham yelling, go Fur. New left field, get about a homer. Yeah. Oh, man. I forgot. I ain't never seen a gopher, but I know they have them where I live. Yeah, he's just really describing his brothers in this one. Just in a very creative way. Yep, not part of the machine. Big brother, big idea, 9016. What is that? Oh, okay. Kind of describing his older brother, a record player vomiting alien sex fiend pill sessions in a Christian home built for for field testing. It's a real youth in the palm of your hand. When your mom thinks Satan is involved in a band. We were buried in the Village Voice, checking on who was playing where. Pulled his head up the paper, pushing out a single tear of 5 words like a beacon of light in the mist. Ministry live at the Ritz. It was Christ ribbon, 2 Chris, 3 loaves, 2 fish, miracle, mechanized bloops on a 2-inch. That's crazy. Top tickets out of plot thickens. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, just pretty straightforward in this one. So, talking about his brothers. Shout out to them. All right, this.
Let's see how y'all be trying to front, man. Y'all be fronting, man.
Been a bit since Mood died. Been a lot more lost and awake. I recall thinking someday someone's gonna say it's all from the same cause and effect, and I just couldn't fathom. Blaming a whole new page on a made-up chain reaction. Each claim individual peaks and pockets, pains in a slew of unique nuances. Nah, me, when you wake up 8 years non-responsive, it's a lot to process. Gone from a happier jack in the box to a package of clogged up chakras. Oh, shot spot, nothing ever after. Rewind it from the once upon a time, ... Once upon a time, he was so much more than a punchline for his own pot shots. I watched the impossible kid, everything that he touched turns promptly to shit. If I zoom on out, I can finally admit it's all been a blur since Moo got sick. None of the subsequent years stood a chance. Whether it was mom's or his man's, whether it was pops or his girl, I was poisoned. Heart full of canines, head full of voices. Whole life trying to quiet him down like a suicide king with a knife in his crown. Hounds at bay, but they just won't stay. True friendship in a tugboat way. Ego dark in the face of the fucked. When the fucked was a friend, I was basically done. Into the woods, go his alien tongue. It was that or a textbook fake and a funk, and I can't. Here go the hindsight. 8 years been one long blindside. I could pinpoint 7 more turns that occurred cause he never really healed from the first. Oh, what a world, and he hack as a myth, and he dap as a joke, and he map as a trick, and he graph as a hoax. Ease on down, I'm burning up, I'm bleeding out. No one ain't half the battle, that's a bullshit quip written by some asshole. You can own what you are, still sit around stoned in your car, not doing shit, halfway to nil, cranky and waiting for a boss key and hat full of bills. Get out the car race.
I like this beat.
My first name is a random set of numbers and letters and other alphanumerics that changes hourly forever. My last name, 1,000 vowels fading down a sinkhole to a susurrus. It couldn't just be John Doe or Bingo. My address, a made-up language written out in living glyphs, lifted from demonic literature and religious texts. Telephone uncovered by purveyors of the Ouija, then checked against the CBGB women's room graffiti. My socialist Sudoku, my age is obscure. My in case of emergency is in the daisies chasing birds. Employed by trillionaires with perfect teeth and pores, and people who open doors for the people who open doors. My medical history is a course at SUNY Buffalo. Charlatan psychiatry and troubleshooting undertow. Nervous in the service still. I'm burger meat and purple pills here. Thank you, but call your name. Sure you will. Skipped lunch. I'm shrunk. Back up all your manias. You're sitting in a waiting room. You're dreaming of Arcadia. You're feeling like a baby tooth. The waiting panacea, channeling your inner Beowulf in purgatory just before you pay up to fillet yourself. And others in the name of help. Colon a conveyor belt. In an ego death alone. No telephone from Gabriel. I'm half a human, combing over home and garden stoned. Gold chains over turtlenecks, cigars over cologne. 1,000 shitty paintings wrap around a wounded animal. Womb with the Schubert, he's a future human cannibal. Little fuckers fighting, mother hiding in her Hulu. I'm climbing up the stucco. Let's get to the seppuku. That pretty penny turned the prickly into Benji. If you save up all your winnings, then you get to.
I like that slight melody in the back.
I finally crunched the budget up and punched the button. She called my name out and pushed me into an oven. The fuck? I'm shrunk. Cause I'm not your enemy. I said, that sounds like something that my enemy would say. Instead of playing off the chemistry, she said, you're being difficult. I said, I'm being guarded. You're $250,000 dead. I get more guidance from my barber. Look, I'm not good at this. I grew up in a noogie fest. You built your walls of high or said goodbye to all your cookie puss. Here's one. Every time my telephone buzzes, I see images of hooded riders setting fire to hundreds. She said, when you start getting all expressive and symbolic, it's impossible to actualize an honest diagnostic. I said, when you start getting all exact and algebraic, I'm reminded it's a racket, not a rehabilitation. Okay, agree to disagree as grown-ups from opposing clans, honoring the push and pull. I should have called the Scolamance. Oh well. Preservation is a doozy. Will you be needing another appointment? Absolutely. I'm shrunk.
And this built into your
Now I want to say
computer. So just select that microphone to be sure. Hit OK. And then under your mic settings over here, there's these 3 little dots. If you click on those 3 little dots, this is where you can add filters or delete filters. So go down to filters.
Yeah. So those last 2 tracks, I decided to combine together a little bit. I like both of them actually. His rhyme patterns are still hard to figure out for me. I feel like he's talking about 3 different situations, but they all seem to be connected with like psychiatry. You know what I'm saying? I feel like this one, Shrunk. Let me see. Was it Shrunk? No, Get Out the Car. Like this one was just this one was just crazy, bro. Like he just told a straight story from beginning to end. But he is really cooking my understanding of like lyricism right now. Like, I'm like, seriously, like I'm right in front of y'all trying to break this down and I'm lost. Because although I could just click these buttons, I wanna try it myself. You know what I mean? So I don't know. Typically I thought I would be able to go longer. But it seems my reaction gene has been wavering. I'm a little bit tired. So with that being said, this is going to conclude part 2 of this reaction request. So shout out to the subscriber who requested this one, and we'll see you in part 3. All right.